Hi guys, it's Shreya here and welcome back to my channel Beauty and the Code. आज के वीडियो में मैं आपके साथ बात करूंगी प्लम बॉडी लविंग के रेड कारपेट लक्स एडिशन के परफ्यूम्स के बारे में. So I have these 3 perfumes from the collection. They have it like in total they have 3 perfumes only in this collection and I have all of them to talk to you about. So let's begin. Before we do so, make sure कि आपने मेरे channel पे subscribe कर लिया है, you hit the bell notification and you follow me on Instagram. And now let's get started. So let's directly jump into the review. Before I talk about the individual perfumes, some common aspects that I want to talk about. All of these 3 perfumes come in this very kind of like a pearly metallic finish packaging out there. All are like cardboard boxes. They kind of have like this nice metallic ombre effect going on. The packaging looks very luxe and it does have that red carpet feel to it. डिटेल्स सबके पैकेजिंग के ऊपर लिखे हुए हैं और पीछे की तरफ बहुत सारी डिटेल्स मेंशन्ड है. मैं किसी एक का आपको क्लोजअप दिखा देती हूँ. सो इसमें सब कुछ है, लाइक इसमें क्या क्या है, कस्टमर केयर, हाउ टू यूज एंड notes breakdown, everything that you need to know is there on the packaging itself, which is a good thing. Now coming to the pricing of these are priced for 345 rupees and you get 15 ml of product. प्लम गुडनेस के जितने भी परफ्यूम्स हैं वो सब 100% वीगन हैं and they are against animal testing and they don't have that phthalate and all of those baddies in their perfumes. So they are very safe to be used on the skin. However, they have high quantity of alcohol in them, so I don't actually recommend you to use them on your skin. Just put it on your clothes and enjoy the fragrance. To keep the 2 fragrances here and we will talk in depth about this fragrance now. This variant is called as Lights Worth It and this is an eau de parfum. Comes in this pink to yellow ombre effect going on. So ये जितने भी perfumes हैं ये ऐसे book pattern में open होते हैं और यहाँ पे आपका perfume is housed inside. Now this packaging I feel to be very overwhelming for a 15 ml bottle. Like they could have just made simpler cardboard boxes instead of wasting a lot here in the packaging. Like the outer packaging is just too much as compared to the bottle itself. Like the bottle does not have any ombre effect going on and this is like a very basic bottle. So if you are someone like me who has like so many perfumes, you once you take it out from the box you just start using it like a crazy person. You don't really keep the boxes with you, then I don't find any value for this box. Like at the most what I can do is I can just cut this out and maybe use it like a bookmarker, but nothing more than that, right? So I just feel that this outer packaging is just overwhelming and not needed. Coming to the packaging of this one, it's like a very simple kind of like a test tube looking bottle and has the details atomizer and the cap in rose gold. And a very simple packaging, like nothing much to talk about it. We'll spray the perfume and we'll talk about the notes breakdown. I'm going to spray it in here. So this perfume to me is a kind of like a peachy, rosy, powdery, woody kind of a fragrance. I'll just mention the notes breakdown to you and then we'll like discuss further upon it. So the top notes are peach and freesia. Middle notes rose, sandalwood and iris. Base notes is musk, cashmere wood and vanilla. Now the peach and rose are the 2 most dominating perfume notes in this perfume and overall this feels like a kind of like a juicy rosy fragrance. I think this is good for daytime because it has like kind of like a powderiness and a little bit of a brightness from the peach perfume note out there. Also freesia kind of adds like a little bit of brightness in this perfume. Now this has iris in it, but I don't really get a very particular like a cosmetic vibe in this. Overall it just adds to the powderiness of this fragrance. The dry down is a very kind of like a rosy, powdery, woody kind of a dry down. Now coming to performance, this one does not have a very good longevity on me. Around 3 to 4 sprays of this gave me a longevity of 1 hour. So I will consider like kind of like 3 sprays makes it to 1 hour. So you do have to overspray this to get like 4 to 5 hours, and I think with this quantity just by 2 uses I think this perfume will get empty for me. So longevity wise I am not very happy with the way it is. Even when it comes to projection and sillage, it's very moderate. It does not fill the room, it does not project the whole day. लगाने के बाद 15-20 मिनट तक प्रोजेक्ट करता है, then it becomes a very close to skin kind of fragrance. Now this one is a part of this red carpet collection and it's a luxe edition. So my expectations were somewhere here, because I was thinking that okay, this is a red carpet edition, so this will have like a very celebrity vibe to it. But when I smelled this and when I sniffed it and when I used it, kind of felt like a very generic fruity floral fragrance to me. Like it was a very generic rosy fragrance, I would say. This DNA has been done so many times before. Even by Secret Temptation, you have this Adore fragrance from Secret Temptation. Then you have Akam fragrance, I think that's called as Adele. That also has exactly same kind of this peachy rose fragrance going on. You know, some of the Zara fragrances. So this is something which kind of felt like, oh, I know this fragrance before. For someone who has like more than 100 bottles of perfumes with me, I just did not feel like I needed this in my collection, you know. And then I also felt that this should not be a part of red carpet luxe edition, because there is nothing glamorous about this fragrance. It's a very regular kind of fruity floral fragrance. My rating is kind of like a 5 out of 10. I'm very underwhelmed by the overall fragrance that this is, and I just feel that for like the glamour packaging and everything and the feel of it just does not hit the red carpet mark for me. So this is the first one, which is called as Glitz Worth It. Let's move on to the second one. So the next fragrance is called as Starry Lights, and Starry Lights, it comes in this very kind of like a magenta to purple kind of a packaging. Looks very glamorous and looks like something which will be deep and dark. Now let's open this. Again, it opens it like a book pattern, pulling the perfume out, and we are again going to spray it. I'm not showing you the packaging again because it's like same for all. This perfume, like just from the name, it says a Starry Lights. So in my head, this had to be like a very plummy, deep, dark, seductive, sexy kind of a fragrance. But this one is again kind of like a sweet white floral fragrance for me. It has the top notes of melon, apple and peach. Middle notes jasmine, mimosa and tuberose. Base notes musk, ylang ylang and sandalwood. Now again, this fragrance, due to the white florals that are present in here, this is kind of like a very uplifting, a very freshy kind of a fragrance. And because of those fruity opening that is there, like melon and apple, and there is some peach, because of these fruity notes, again the fragrance becomes very daytime appropriate. It's very fresh, it's very juicy, it's kind of like light, airy, breezy kind of a fragrance. The tuberose in this is not prominent. It's kind of like very mellowed down tuberose, and jasmine comes up more as compared to tuberose. And the ylang ylang again brings in that yellow kind of a feel in this fragrance. It has like a sunshine feel to it. Everything is like very well blended. You cannot like pinpoint and stuff like that. It's very well rounded kind of a fragrance, but there is nothing in this perfume that makes it deep, dark or sexy. This is just not something that you would wear during evenings or date nights. Again, this is something that you'll wear during daytime, and this is like a very kind of like a soft romantic fragrance to me. Now again, does this qualify like a red carpet luxe edition fragrance? Absolutely not. This is again a very casual, a very known DNA kind of a fragrance, like just another white floral fragrance, I can, if I may say so. And I have seen so many fragrances of this DNA by now that this just does not hit the mark for me. Again, I'm not very happy with the way this fragrance is. It's too generic for me. And coming to the performance and all, this is again quite underwhelming in terms of performance. Again, around 3 to 4 sprays gives me around 1 hour. And again, not projective, and it hardly has any sillage. So this is the kind of fragrance which is an eau de parfum, which acts like an body mist or acts like an EDT. If you are someone who is sensitive towards fragrances and you want to have a light, airy, breezy fragrance to experiment, this is the kind of fragrance which will not give you headache. It's kind of like a very light, airy, uplifting kind of a fragrance. So you can definitely wear it to office. Nothing glamorous or red carpet appropriate about it again. And I think this is good for people who suffer from from headaches or migraines. When you put fragrances, you can wear something as soft as this fragrance. It's not going to hurt you. For me, this does not again meet the red carpet feel of things. So quite taken aback actually. I'm not very happy with this fragrance as well, and my rating for this one goes to 5 out of 10. So the last perfume in this collection is called as Do Your Bling or the Parfum. Now after I read the notes for this one, this was the one that I was most excited for. Let me just open it and spray it, and then I will discuss the notes breakdown with you. This is a nice one. Now out of the three, you can immediately say and tell that I like this one. It just gives a smile on my face because this is a kind of DNA that is similar to kind of like Lavia Belle. Yeah, this is actually kind of like deep, dark and sexy kind of a fragrance. This is called as Do Your Bling. Out of the three, definitely this one is something that I'm leaning towards. Now it opens with blueberry and tulip. I could definitely see that there is a berry note in here. I was just about to say that it has a very juicy plum or a berry note going on. So the opening has like blueberry and tulip. Mid notes has May Rose, Freesia and Caramel. And base notes has vanilla, patchouli and woody. Now by far, this one has to be a very... Now by far, out of the three, this one has to be the one that I'm recommending. Now this is, it's deep, it's dark, it's red carpet appropriate, it's seductive, it's kind of like inviting, it's warm. It's the kind of fragrance which has a very kind of like a confident aura to it. Imagine a Selena Gomez wearing this red and black outfit that she wore for Golden Globes. Just imagine her smelling like this. Like, this definitely has this red rose seductive vibe going on to it. So I think I can definitely relate like Selena Gomez look with this fragrance. So this is what I'm talking about, like this is the perfume which is giving me a visualization of a red carpet feel. So this is something that qualifies into a red carpet luxe edition. This fragrance is something that you can wear during evening and nighttime. I think that is like, the notes are very appropriate to be worn during that time. Of course, you can wear it during daytime with less number of sprays. This one has a better, performance. This literally gives me like 1 hour, 1 spray sort of situation. So with less number of sprays, I can get a good longevity out of this. Now this creates a good scent bubble around me. So coming to projection, I think it projects for around 40-45 minutes to 1 hour, then it settles down. And in 2 to 3 hours, you will get a mild wisp of it and then it will fade out. So the projection is not too heavy, crazy or great, but it is still much better than the other two that I showed you. This behaves like an eau de parfum is what I'm trying to say. It does not perform like a mist. This has a better performance. Coming to sillage, this is not something that fills the room immediately. Has a slow sillage to it. But yeah, people in close proximity can definitely kind of get a wisp of what you're wearing. Has a decent kind of scent bubble around it. And this is the kind of fragrance which is very warm, inviting and very cuddly or hugging kind of a fragrance. So I do like the DNA of this one. So this kind of has like a mixture of Lavia Belle and La Nuit Trésor for me. So kind of like a love child of both, we can call it that. So my rating for this one goes to around 8 out of 10. I think this is like a very good addition to the red carpet collection. The other two, I am not impressed at all, and I think I'm very vocal about it. So this is, I think, the only one that I would like to recommend out of the three, because I find this to be appropriate to the occasion of red carpet. You can relate the events, like it is good for wearing on birthdays, going on lunch dates, dinner dates and stuff like that. When I say red carpet, for us normal people, that is relevant to red carpet. So maybe you can associate with those events for yourself. The other two perfumes, I'm not very impressed. Only if you have sensitive nose and you want to have something light and mellow and also budget friendly, you may want to give it a try. For someone who is looking for longevity and projection, those two are not for you. That brings us to the end of the video. That completes my review of all of these fragrances from Red Carpet Edition from Plum Goodness. And I hope that you like the honesty and the blatant reviews that I've been posting lately. I just don't want you guys to, waste your money into something that I've already wasted for you. So just save it up for better fragrances. So yeah, I hope that this review was helpful for you. If it was, do hit the like button. So I have kind of like two more Plum Goodness reviews coming up, because I have their deodorants as well, which I wanted to review, and I have this smoking vanilla or the parfum also with me. So I'm thinking to do a video on that as well, a separate video as well. So let me know if you're liking these reviews in the comment section. If you haven't already, do support my channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification, follow me on Instagram. And I'm gonna see you very soon in my next video. Bye.